political analyst, and she joins me now from Pristina in Kosovo. Good to have you on the program with us. I want to ask you first, what do you make of the timing of this decision, and what does it mean for the country?
I think it is timely and very much needed. I mean, Kosovo has been plunging from one political crisis to another since March 2020, when the old ruling elite overthrew the Kurdi reformist government. Hoti came to power by extensive maneuver of former President Thaci and the old ruling elite. The numbers, the narrow majority, was the first problem that the government had. But the other problem that the government had was the lack of legitimacy. The way this government has been juggling and to make it to power has been considered as a threat to democracy. Secondly, this government has been having a lot of problems functioning internally because it brought together parties which do not share the same views and strategies on how to move the country forward in its darkest hour. So since its formation in June 2020, it has been going from one crisis to another. The internal instability has been reflected, and this has been having a detrimental impact in the lives of the citizens because this government has been struggling to push forward the anti-COVID law first and then the economic recovery law for 6 months, which is now too little too late because the economy has been almost devastated. The other crisis that this government has been, and alongside the parliament, of course, is the election of the president. As you know, President Thaci has been sent to The Hague, the specialist court. He's there, and the acting president now is the head of the parliament, Mrs. Osmani. So the parliament has to elect the president, but the fact that the parliament, this government does not have a simple majority, and let alone the 80+ votes that they need to go through with the president, it really was bringing a very, very big storm, political storm for Kosovo, for which we wouldn't know how to get out of it.
Okay, so when can we expect the election to take place, and what are the main issues that concern people? You talked about the coronavirus pandemic and the economy. Are those the main issues that people are going to be looking at?
Kosovo has been facing multi-frontal crisis. I mean, if you look at what the country has been going through in the past 8 months, it is unbelievable to see how much it has been happening. First of all, we expect that the elections will take place in the time frame of 40 days. I mean, this has been the initial sort of decision of the Constitutional Court mentioned, but the acting president is going to gather the political leaders and get around and see if we can decide on the election date. Secondly, the concerns of the citizens are, of course, the economic recovery, which has been devastated by COVID-19 pandemic, and it was underdeveloped either way. Of course, the health crisis, because as the world is preparing for, to purchase the vaccination, and some countries have already started vaccinating their citizens, we are lagging behind, and we are still struggling with lack of capacities of our hospitals to deal with COVID-19 cases and lack of tests, to be honest, and let alone vaccination, which is quite distant for us. What is also very much concerning in relation to Kosovo is the Kosovo-Serbia dialogue. I mean, we have been going through a roller coaster in Brussels and Washington, D.C. We already have signed an agreement facilitated by the Trump administration, but so far we don't know how this process is going to proceed. And this is something that requires a legitimate ruling elite to be moving country forward in times of crisis.
Okay, we're going to leave it there for now. Donika Emini in Pristina, thank you.